Okay, we're back now. After some shenanigans.
Hmm. Only a little bit of them.
Yes. So, Axel, have you decided what you were going to do and everything? Because you have a little bit before anybody comes to find out why people have stopped transmitting.
My main thing was to make sure that my party members aren't followed, so I'm staying here for a little bit, and then I was going to go down a different route to see if I can get them to go somewhere else. My only thing is I actually don't know where I would want to head at that point.
Hmm.
Because if we want them to think that we're part of a cult, I would have to go towards the cult, which me not having any type of detailing for the cult would be potentially bad as well.
Yeah. So, I gave you so much time to figure out what you were going to do.
No, I know. I've been listening to other people's stuff, though. That's the problem.
Because,
Same thing I want to do on my own.
yeah, because if you wait 5 minutes, you don't notice anything. No movement seems to be happening in that.
That's basically what I'm doing. I'm like lighting up a cigar and like sitting here and standing around and keeping an eye out for things for about 5 minutes. Active, perception checks type of thing.
Yep.
To see if I can spot anything.
Yep.
If you want me to roll those, I can, but also I know I have Banes, so.
It's also nothing's going to be happening anyway, so I'd just be wasting you rolling.
Yep. That's the other thing is I can angle those Banes to go on rolls that don't matter. So that's another reason why it's like, I need to double check on that one because I want them to actually mean something rather than intentionally doffing them as soon as I can.
Yep.
I am going to go ahead and. Which direction is cult activity that I know of?
The cult is up north in the mines, so you'd have to circle around the town.
And north is closer to the actual mass of all of them. What other information do we have?
That you have? You just know that there's the incursion over at the northeast. There's the ship and the Dark Vipers northwest. And north a little whiles longer is where the mines seem to be, which is where the cult had kind of held up. So yeah.
So I am going to use shift in betweens to get out of the location and shift to somewhere where it would be out of sight.
Okay.
I am going to use my I'm going to use my change. Basically, I want to change outfits and change my my looks to be something more blending into the town. So, what would be more natural to be around here? Elf.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my disguise self. If I forget what exact spell that was.
Yep, that would be disguise self.
Okay. So I'm going to change myself into an elf if that works. I don't remember how far I can go with that.
Yeah, you would just look like a very tall elf. Because you can change your clothes, gotcha. You can change your general appearance. You'll still be bipedal in that.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem I can change my species necessarily because there's some still obvious issues with it.
You would look like a wood elf, but anyone trying to get too close will notice that there's some invisible muzzle there. It is an illusion spell.
Yeah. All right, and then I am going to make my way through town instead of going around it. So to speak, heading straight towards them, going north.
Okay. So you're going to go through the town.
Yep, the least likely direction that I would be going, basically.
Okay.
My everyone else went south. I want to go north to kind of go in the wrong direction.
Okay. I need you to roll a luck check.
Or I could stay with my current. Actually, you know what? Fuck the disguise self. I'm going with my current looks. I don't really care because I want them to see me going north without really garnering too much attention. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, luck check. Because if I went full bore, I would disappear.
Yeah.
And they might not even notice me.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Luck check. So that's going to be...
And
I am
remember,
pulling it up.
it's going to be at disadvantage. So we'll get to see if Mighty Mouse gets you caught.
Oh, God, no. 9 total.
Okay, and are you still wearing that headpiece?
Headpiece?
Yeah.
You know, sure. It's going to give me a benefit at the moment.
Okay. You start to hear some commands and information coming through on your head. And it takes a few minutes, but as you're heading north, you suddenly sense something probing. I need you to roll a wisdom check.
Fucking hell. All right. Oh my God, no. Oh God, no. Double Banes is gonna get me fucking killed. Jesus Christ, no. I just rolled a 1 and a 2, and I have a 3 to my wisdom. A grand total of 6.
Oof.
Kill me now.
You freeze in your steps. Everything goes dark around you. And you're standing there with what looks like a creature. It looks similar to these other doppelgangers, but its face is more defined. It seems to have almost a regal look, and it's staring at you. And then the dark room starts flickering images as it lifts you into the air, seeming to be probing your mind now.
Is there any possibility I could remove the things?
First, you have to be able to resist to pull out. Depending on how long you're stuck in here, depends on how much information it's going to get. So, I need you to sit here and make a roll. It has begun siphoning information from you.
Oh, that's really not good because I don't want to know where my friends went either.
Yep.
I'm gonna boon myself because it's a really important role.
You already gave yourself a boon the other day. So
I took that back.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, spend the points.
That's why I almost double nat 1'd there.
Yep.
That was Mighty Mouse's doing because I said I will give you a freebie for being a jerk, and I will take back my boon because I don't want to level it out. So
I guess it's a good thing that you don't have all the information, right?
yeah, but I still have enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll see. Okay, that's not bad. All right, that's actually okay. I don't think I'm gonna do shit with that. So it's a wisdom.
Yep.
16 total.
Can it maintain? No, it cannot. You fight it gets a little bit of information, and you break free. So you see the world come back around you.
Do I even know what I got?
You do not know what it's learned.
Cool. I'm gonna take the headset off
Okay.
for one. Is that what seemed to be the reason I got hit with it?
Yes. Because there was one other thing you could have done here besides resisting.
Hmm.
So do you want me to let you do the other thing instead of resisting?
Because I only thought I had one option, so what's the other option?
The other option is use the connection to dig for their plans. So you risk them getting information, but you steal information.
So tug of war.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a gambling man. I think I'll take that chance.
Okay, so we'll use that roll that you had, change it to your charisma instead of your wisdom modifier.
Which is higher from what I remember. So yeah, that would have been a 17 instead.
Okay. You begin getting information on where some of the people are. But as you're doing this, you can tell that it's probing your current thoughts, your more recent memories. So it sees your friends heading south. And you stay there. Okay. I have to make a note here. Don't you worry.
Alright, second roll, this one is going to be just to resist and pull out. Because I don't think I'm going to get more information.
All right, now you got a bunch of people in the town that you seem to have identified. So if you're going to pull out, you're pulling out?
17. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if it can maintain. Ooh. You try to pull out, but it does not happen. In fact, it feels almost like the creature's pulling you closer.
Oh no, my gambling's not working.
Well, I had a base 18. Before bonus. Yeah. So, it now identifies that the church has a body of theirs, and that the church is housing their enemies.
Oh, fuck, that's not good.
What is your next action?
I gotta get out of this thing, so. Double. Alright, so that is gonna be a boon. Me. I needed the advantage.
Yep.
16, 17, 18, 19. Wait, no. Yes.
Okay.
That's a wisdom.
Okay. So you try to pull away, it's hard, but you break free. And you pull the thing off your head. So, yes.
Well, I just innately know some of the people that are changed.
Yes.
You'll just tell me this is one of those that are changed type of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So now you can identify some of them. And you do tell that the nun was one of them. They were correct on the suspicion.
I am going to change where my course is headed. Unless I can find this thing to stop it from getting information back. But I have a feeling it's already too late.
You could try to find it. Problem is you're going to be trying to find it as it's passing it through the network still. So the network is going to still get the information, but it's just a matter of if this thing that can pull from minds stays alive or not.
Exactly. That's my point. The question is it nearby?
It seems to be within some sort of kind of distance, because it has to be within a radius to be able to do this. So it does seem fairly close, as if it's traveling with several others to your location.
Question: is that distance within about 12 squares?
It's a little bit longer than that. Why?
Fuck. I have track target. And it might, possibly be useful to use that type of thing on that.
Yeah.
Would identify give me an idea of which direction it might have gone? Is there a way to identify that?
Technically, no. It's still coming your direction. You could feel it getting closer. And it seemed like it turned its kind of direction it was moving towards you.
Okay. I'm not necessarily scared of getting caught by them.
Yeah.
I'm more scared of them getting more information than they should have.
Mm-hmm. So, are you going to try to go for them?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to use track target for.
Okay. How are you going?
I've technically seen this thing and touched its mind. I would say I'm familiar with it. Says allows you to track an enemy's movement upon the plane that you're on. Within it, if you are within 12 squares, you can pinpoint the location of the target instead of the direction of the target. So I might actually legitimately be able to figure out which direction this thing's in, just from having touched its mind. If you're okay with that.
When it does get closer, you'll be able to try.
Yeah, but at this point, would you consider me to be able to pinpoint where it's at, the direction?
Within the plane, yeah, you can tell that it seems to be in a direction and almost like it's coming towards you, it seems. Because you only get a direction, so it's a little bit northwestish to you. And approaching.
Okay. I am going to head in that direction, because there's no reason for me to run away.
Okay. So you're not going to set up a trap or anything. Gotcha.
I'm not a trapper.
Yeah. Okay.
Never have been. I don't think there's a trap I could set up besides maybe a remote detonate moonlight glow. So,
I mean, you've got a total of 5 minutes before they get there. I'll give you that, so you have 5 minutes to prep things if you want. If you're going towards it, you're going to have less.
That actually does kind of beg the question. With that ability, do I realize how close something is with that? Like, in the distance of, like, that's a couple of miles away. That's a couple of, like, that's on the other side of town type of, but maybe not direct, like, that's going to be exactly this many feet away from you.
You will not be able to tell until it gets within. Okay. You can tell a direction. You can track an enemy's movements, so you can generally tell. You can tell that they should be there within 5-ish minutes by how quickly they're moving, but the distance you can't fully tell where they are right this moment. Once they get within 12 squares, you will pinpoint the location of said entity, but that's when they get within 12 squares that you'll have a direct, this is where they are. Whether they're invisible or not, you know where they are.
Okay, well, would the chain of wrapping be a good good thing? I could set it up in between a building, maybe.
Well, you don't have any buildings here. You're still in the woods.
Understood.
Yeah. But you could technically hide it in the underbrush or something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. Yeah, you could do that.
I'll set it up a good ways away from me. I'll do that. I'm going to equip cold iron daggers, because I have 3 of those, apparently. I forgot about them.
And I'm gonna stab him 47 times in the chest, you see.
And, I don't have a way of setting a trap, really, necessarily, for the flashbangs or anything. I don't remember anything about the chain of wrapping, by the way. It says the activation phrase, and I remember literally nothing else about it.
Just that I'll sit here and try to pretty much bind the target. You just need that person within range of it. Okay.
Salt does nothing to these, I assume, right?
No, it will not do anything to them. So, I need, because you're setting up a trap in that, a zip roll with advantage. Because you're going to be able to get the drop on them. They no longer know where you are. They're just going to your last known location to try to track you.
18 plus 4, so that'll be 22 total.
Okay.
I'm going to try to set up flashbangs as a trap as well. I just don't know what I'm going to do besides toss them, honestly.
Really? That was a shit roll, bro. Okay. Ah.
I like the idea of taking this one alive.
Okay. So
I'm fucking crazy, fuck, man.
So I
don't know what's coming after me, but I am ready.
Well, I was about to say, I'm also going to have you roll a knowledge check to identify it if you want.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that's my creature identifier, or...
Yep, so you're going to have advantage on this.
Okay. Good thing I have an advantage. There we go. 9, 5. And then knowledge what? I suppose I don't have knowledge anyways, but...
Yeah, I don't think you have knowledges, so you just get advantage.
It'd be a plus 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... It would be... 14, 15, 16, 17 total.
What vaguely you remember about these drone things, this is one considered a mind reaver.
Okay.
They have the ability, usually on touch, to try to read somebody's mind. Their hands which you would sit here and remember now, are almost like pseudopods, and they hold on to their victim's head and read the thoughts of the victim inside. They can still shapeshift like the others, but that's what their main purpose is, to read enemies' thoughts and whatnot and give it to the hive.
Gotcha. So I'm playing a dangerous game here.
Yeah, very dangerous game.
I'm a gambling man.
You do know that these things are usually a little tougher than like the drones. That's all you really have from that roll, though.
Yep. Copy that.
Okay. So you get to act first because, quite literally, the drones got a 14 and the Mind Reaver got an 11. Compared to your 22. So you have a surprise round if you want. They're coming into the woods. The Mind Reaver is going kind of straight to where you were when it was reading your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to have put the chain?
I'm gonna have put the chain about 9 blocks away from me. I'm gonna have hidden behind a tree in the opposite of the direction they're coming, so I can, maximize my hiding.
Mm-hmm.
So I will know when it's about 12 squares away from me, and I will probably try to activate it by peeking around to see if I can catch it off guard and get the activation, as well as throw a flash grenade at the same time.
Okay. So this is going to be a stealth check for how well you hit it.
And one man's paying off. All right, that's 13. We'll see if it continues to do so. Sorry for taking so long, guys.
You're all good.
Total.
How much total?
17.
Wow, it wasted all of its really good rolls on trying to read your mind.
It's okay. I'm down for that. It's my turn.
Yeah, you can tell that it literally walks right into the bushes that you hit it in, heading towards you.
Aha!
And now it is bound up in cold iron magical chains.
I was going to say, are those cold iron? Those aren't just standard chains?
Nope. They're cold iron with a silver plating.
Okay, that's even worse.
And you see 3 drones. And they kind of just look at the Mind Griever, and you can see on their faces, it's no longer blank. It seems to have contorted to a look of worry.
I just came out, basically went, aha, and threw a flashbang. So.
Oh, and you throw a flashbang too. Okay, I need you to roll an attack roll. How blinded are these guys now?
Right, that's double 6. What do I add to the attack roll?
That's going to be your accuracy, because your accuracy or your strength. Accuracy is probably going to be the one you go for. You are throwing a flashbang into...
16.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see if they can keep their vision.
I throw that flashbang. I go, aha! Have them look towards me and shield my own eyes.
Okay. So 2 of them do not seem to cover their eyes in time. One of them seems to wrap their arm around their eyes. They also seem to sit here and close off their ears.
I have an even better way of doing for this afterwards.
Oh no.
Assuming that none of them can see me anymore, I use shift in betweens to change locations.
Oh God! Okay, so you change places before it can see you. The Reaver did not get hit by the flashbang because it is currently face down in the ground.
Fair enough. The one that has not been blinded, I'm gonna immediately attack first to see if I can hit it with a card.
Okay. Roll with advantage, because technically this is a surprise.
I'm fucking dying.
Because this would technically be your turn after the surprise round, because you got such a high roll. So this is your technically the first round, 13. But they'll be able to react anyways.
13, attack bonus is 5, 18 total to hit.
Okay. Are you adding anything onto it?
Lunar Strike.
It's dead. You shoot it in the forehead, it's dead. There's the card sticking out of his forehead. He falls over. His friends are still blind and deaf. The Mind Weaver is writhing on the ground. You still have, what, 3 action points left?
Yeah, yep, I do. So I'm going to go ahead and go for... Are they close enough to hit with a breath weapon, the other two?
Yeah, you could have teleported to be close enough. Take it, you're going to breathe on them?
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna give him the stanky breath. Of course, why not? If I could take them all out in one turn, I'm going to. In fact, I should have just done the stanky breath to start with.
Hang on a second. I need to check what the... Speed save. Oh, fuck, they're gonna be at disadvantage. Gotcha.
What's the breath weapon? Where'd it go?
It's... yeah, because it would be endurance. Your endurance is
I found
4.
it, yeah.
What was your phosphoromancy?
1.
1. Okay, 15, and they have disadvantage because these two can't see or hear. Okay, and you pretty much turn them into dust. Congratulations.
Fuck yeah.
And you have a Mind Reaver writhing on the ground in silver-covered cold iron chains and can't get out.
I look down at him. You shouldn't even bothered to come here.
You do tell that he's no longer in a human form because these chains are wrapped around him. He is currently now that large creature that you saw, just writhing while faces in the ground, trying to roll so it can breathe. And it's just...
Cold iron's not good for them, but will it die?
No. It's
okay,
just going to be
don't
very
care.
uncomfortable.
Oh, I don't care how uncomfortable it is.
It could suffocate to death because it's currently being constricted on the ground, but face first. But
I boot it over onto its back.
Okay. Did it have anyone in a network still able to hear it? Actually, I want you to roll a luck check on that. To see how lucky you were if he set up a network or not.
15 on the die. Hold on, let me add my luck.
Okay, so
19.
He did not set up a network. He did not think that this was going to happen. He thought that it was just a lone person that wasn't going to sit here and have something up his sleeves.
I just gotta give him a pat on the head. Good boy. Calm down. We're gonna take you somewhere nice.
Could you imagine the screams on that network, though?
I need you to roll an intimidation check.
Hey, I didn't ask for.
It doesn't matter. You just said we're gonna take you somewhere real nice. You all chained up and in pain. I'm gonna take you somewhere real nice.
That is gonna be 15, and I don't even know what my skill is to that at the moment. Intimidation.
That'd be with
That's
your
a
charisma.
19 again. I'm gonna go ahead and put the cold iron manacles on him.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, he's panicking. He is afraid.
Yep. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I wonder if there's a way I could stop him from creating a network here. I doubt he could unless he. If I carry him to somewhere where I know there's someone to talk to, or is there somewhere I can go that's close that I could take this guy?
So what? Learn more?
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to take him to the church.
Uh-huh. So you want to try to get him to the church?
I mean, they have a dead one. Why not a living one?
Oh, God.
I'm a psychopath.
How do you intend to transport this thing? It is bigger than you.
Kicking and screaming, as it's kicking and screaming over my shoulder. Is what I was thinking. Or dragged behind me. Either way, I am going to blindfold it, and I'm going to gag it.
Okay. So you blindfold it and gag it. This creature is now on its back, laying there, writhing in pain, with manacles on and a chain wrapped around it.
Yep.
Okay.
I have a couple of questions. From where we are at,
Yeah.
could I get back to our own headquarters? Could I get back to the church? Or could I go somewhere where there's less population density of them?
You don't know where the population density is, because you haven't seen the map.
Yeah. No, I know that.
Trying to get to the church, you know you'd be bringing him within network range. You could go around the town, giving it wide berth, to try to get him back to your base. So yeah, there's those.
Hmm.
Hi. This was supposed to be a challenge.
Hey, you give me tools that allow me to do things well. I'm gonna utilize them.
No, I get that, and I am so thankful. It's so entertaining, but oh my. One turn. Technically two. They didn't even get
I'm a
to do
skilled
anything.
D&D player. And I really like strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I do some stupid shit and it doesn't pan out.
And other times you just get really good rolls, and your opponents are sitting there going, "Hey,
Yep.
George."
I cannot leave him here, so I have to make a choice of where to go.
Yep. And he is fairly heavy,
Yes.
and you have a 3 strength.
Yes. And no abilities that will fix that.
You have no
And
abilities that would help you carry something.
And the thing that allows me to speak through the network is short range, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't have any.
So you're saying you have no way to transport this thing?
I have an idea. Oh God. Let me see.
I think
There's no way for me to pick this thing up or drag it, right? I can't just tie a rope around its ankles and just drag him.
You could, but it's going to be very exhausting.
Yeah.
Axel?
I am going to open up Balthasar's book.
Okay.
And I'm going to write the question, are you there?
Roll a luck check.
Fingers crossed. Well, plus is 14? I mean, it's 4. I remember right. Yes, 16 total.
Okay. He writes back, what's up?
Can you tell Victor I need help? He has the stone. I've lost contact with him. Because I don't have a sending stone, do I?
You all got sending stones.
Oh, never mind. I just fucking used a sending stone. Ignore the previous book writing.
Okay.
Victor, Stella, I need help where you left me. I'm not in current danger, but quicker is better.
Yeah, you guys get your things read and whatnot, and you get this message from Asimov.
I am glad we have these.
So you guys go ahead. Respond however you want to, or are you guys just heading straight there?
What are we going to be coming into when we get there?
Did you make a mess? And do we have to clean it up?
Yes. Yes. Please keep chatter low.
The red letter day. Keep in mind our check-ins were color related to make sure we were us. So that's why I mentioned color.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm feeling really blue about it.
Ah.
Yeah.
So, nothing else you're gonna sit here and tell them?
Well,
Because I know what I'm sitting next to.
Okay. So do you guys...
Victor will take another drink of his tea and beg his leave of Time and Tarragon.
Yeah, as you start taking your last sip, Time kind of looks at you and is like, it's that time, isn't it? Things are starting.
It seems that way.
Well,
We gotta.
You guys have a very lovely day, and know you can stop by anytime.
Thank you. He just kind of respectfully nods in their direction and then heads out.
Yep. Okay. So, you guys are approaching the location. As you guys get close, I need you guys to roll a wisdom saving throw.
I could have said something. That's too late on me.
Yep, that's why I asked.
Can it
17.
Can it do it through a cold iron chain?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 7.
Uh-oh.
Hi. As you come into sight of the creature, you suddenly see everything go black, and you see the creature in front of you. And
Did I tell Victor to take the thing off?
Of himself or her?
Her. If he notices.
It's still gonna take get a turn of doing this.
Okay.
So, you guys can react in just a minute, just a second, but he gets to probe. And he starts probing about the current. And now he knows that you guys know about the battle meeting in the map. And where a lot of them are. He also knows that you know that the cult is infiltrated. In fact, it takes a second, but it seems to stop and look you over and lower you back down, as if it is processing this knowledge that you have. Because it doesn't have that knowledge yet of the battlefield map. It's off the network. And that's something that hasn't been getting shared with it. You gave it food for thought. And it disconnects from you. And you see it seeming to stop moving as much. It still seems to be in pain. And looks around. The blindfold on.
We need to get this away from more of them.
Yes, if only there was a way to sit here and transport it and get it to where it can't communicate with things on this plane.
Lycos. Summon Lycos.
Take off the headsets, if you will. He pulls up the cold iron dagger and shows it to you, and then touches the blade to show you he's not a doppelganger. And shows his open palm.
Victor takes off the headset, touches the dagger too.
It's still that's the same as need a drink.
Same.
I feel like we need to kill it. Or get it away.
So there was a specific ritual for summoning Lycos. Is there a specific thing that I need, or can I just do it on the ground right here?
You could technically try to do it on the ground. See if he calls, if he comes.
I'm going to do it on the ground.
Okay. Is Lycos busy at this moment?
I hope not.
Actually, he's pretty bored. So you see out of the communication thing after a moment, just the earth seemed to split open as large rocks seem to sit here and open up the ground, and Lycos crawls out of it.
I'm going to give him kind of a shush motion and then just point over towards it.
Oh no, it heard the ground cracking and everything, and it is panicking. It does not know what the fuck you just did. You did something, did an incantation, and then the ground just broke open. And it senses danger. Almost like an apex predator is around. It seems to be like a rabbit caught in a trap with like a wolf or something there.
Who knows how to make an entrance?
This is, he'll say out loud, this is one of the ones that can transfer information back.
Okay. And
Don't have a way of stopping it from talking besides killing it.
he stares at you a moment, as if dumbfounded. Then he
I
goes,
didn't know if you had any information.
"Aren't you a card mage?"
God damn it! Oh, god damn it, you are correct.
Don't you have a patron that's also a card mage? What the?
Yeah, but I don't, I wasn't thinking that. I am gonna go see if I can pop it into a card. I don't care if it's panicking.
It seems stronger than you can do, but Katarina should be able to do it. Lycos is just staring at you like, dude.
I'm sorry. Hey, I wasn't thinking about it. I panicked. I needed assistance.
I thought
and
this was an
figured you might-
emergency.
No, I don't know how to tell you if it's an emergency or not.
Victor looks over at Lycos and just kind of holds up a finger. He's waiting to see what happens to this incarcerated being before he says anything.
Yeah, so you could have Katarina card it up, and she would do so happily.
I'll find you a drink or something later if that's a good enough payment.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Mind Reaver in a while. You guys are in some big trouble here. And she just looks up at Lycos a moment. And Lycos looks down and is like, well, I knew you had a strange patron on you, but Katarina being your patron, it starts to make sense.
But Victor then will tell everybody, Lycos included, everything that he learned pertaining to him and his questions and what's going on. Bringing everybody into the loop. He's leaving the part of Star's reading to her to share.
And we'll lead up. So a battle map. Looks like they were planning a raid on the Earth cult. Seems like I think we're involved with them.
Why don't we be involved with them?
Good question. But we know where they are, roughly where they are, and roughly where they're planning to go. this thing, and she kicks the
It should be
kicks the
guarded at
It's
this point.
carded.
Okay, that thing got in my head through the tiara. It knows that we know, but it seems like it didn't know, but we knew.
Well, you don't
Which we must
usually
have
give
lived.
all the information to foot soldiers, usually. So,
True.
makes sense.
But we need to.
It's like how I haven't given you guys all the knowledge I fully have on everything that's going on.
It's why we're trying to share our information back with you.
Yeah.
This is a huge situation.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I thought.
And I'm sorry for summoning you so randomly, so fervently in, frivolous ways, but I don't know the exact time frame of when to or how to indicate if it's simple information, because all I want to do is, sometimes just share a report, which, I would just do something like write it down on a piece of paper. But
And as you say that, finally, the piece of paper that flew off flutters up to Lycos from earlier. But it seems to be slightly damaged.
speaking of,
He's going to open it and look it over, and he speaks. Somebody else got this.
I don't remember what I put on it, honestly.
That was an update of the situation. On everything you've learned so far.
Yeah, had
Yep.
I known that was just going to turn into and fold itself up and fly off, I wouldn't have put it down on that.
Lycos just kind of looks over it all and was like, I think they might have all the information you guys have.
I feel like there's more to Mothman than meets the eye.
Mothman.
He tells him about what was shown in the tapestry during his reading. I think he's the older brother. And he's been exiled.
You see Lycos seem to think for a minute. And he's like, I vaguely remember. I think I knew their father at one point. I haven't been to the Feywild in a very long time, so it would make sense that there might be some unrest. We could always try to take this up with the Raven Queen.
Yeah. At the moment, I was hoping to be able to join in on the Earth Cult, pretend to be with the old Earth Cult, incite violence between the two of them, and possibly offset this by starting a war between two fronts.
Well, you can do that. There's trying to deal with the war on your own. There is talking to the Raven Queen, which could cause some issues for the little brother. If the crown was technically given to their older brother, it means that they technically are in. They're breaking a lot of rules and laws, essentially. The Raven Queen doesn't take kindly to that. There's supposed to be an order. Usually the seizure of power, if it hasn't been properly done through paperwork and everything, tends to be frowned upon, especially amongst family members.
If it is the moth, could we possibly talk to him about it before then?
You could. If he's stuck as that form, I don't know how much information you'll get from him, but I have no information on what kind of curse this is, so you guys can try to find out what you can. I know there's multiple ways you could sit here and handle this.
How does one reach out to this Raven Queen?
On this plane, that gets hard. You'd have to go to the Feywild and go to a specific part of the forest. They kind of call it the Twilight Islands. Underneath it is villages and everything that have a lot of lunar crops and everything. The stones underneath tend to radiate moon energy, and then you have to get up to the flying island and sit here and put in for an audience. Trying to get through all the bureaucratic paperwork could be annoying unless she knows you're coming.
I see.
So it depends on how much of an interest she has in you guys before you get there. If you guys could get a noble on your side of some kind, it might help you with getting an audience.
Possibly. That might be the best bet we have. Because if we get a situation started in the Feywild against them, then we have a cult on this side that's not on a good terms with them, a issue on the Feywild that's not on good terms with them, and problems with them getting over to the Nexus as well.
Yeah. Which would kind of hold them in a studlock.
Yeah, that would turn their desire to get power into a completely political disaster for them.
Yes.
They have a war on two fronts and a political knowledge that something bad is happening.
And it could potentially lead to more than just politics on that side of the portal for them. Yeah, it means that they could still file the paperwork claiming that they rightfully ousted their brother, which will take time. But it also means the incursion into here would be looked at. And their motives could be questioned. The problem is, if their motives...
Information.
If the problem
I really
is,
wish we had Betty here too. I feel bad.
I feel like we need to get home.
That might be a good idea. The problem, I will tell you, is if the political game goes on and whatnot, and they find out that their intention for getting it is more power or to usurp more power, it could potentially cause some issues for them. It'll open up a lot more political issues in general, and potentially lead to a front where you're dealing with the Earth cult on your own.
Which, I mean, it's fine if they end up having to leave the area because of this. That almost seems like a better situation, because then we can take care of what's going on here and then move to the Feywild and assist with whatever garbage we started there. I feel like that's fair.
If you are looking to go
prime
to
material over all else for me.
Yeah. Well, if you guys are looking for a map of the Feywild, I believe Victor's grandfather has a few. He once tried to get an audience with the Raven Queen, so might be a good point to start with.
Yeah.
Did you go by another name?
Who, me?
Yes, sir.
No. I've always been Lycos.
He was connected to some deity named Bonderville.
Ah, yes, Bonderville. Good chap. Was actually part of a whole Gods of Machines and that. His wife was actually some being that was all about safety, and he was about invention and adventure. They're a good couple. I think since the machine people kind of faded out, so did belief in her and everything else. So, perhaps there's eventually going to be a time that she reawakens, and same with her children. Bonderville, however, he's long gone. He was a mortal ascended to godhood. A Fomorian at that. At the time his brother died, he stopped having a purpose. So, perhaps he's finally getting a good rest. That might be why your father ended up working with the Sanctum, is there was nobody to give orders anymore. You guys should get home and figure out what's going on. Because you guys are going to have to choose what you're going to do next, and knowing you've got a Mind Reaver now and everything else, that's going to be interesting.
Honestly, we could use the Mind Reaver to talk to the Raven Queen. We go to the Raven Queen, seek an audience, and drop the Mind Reaver in the middle of the place, and guess what? There we go. There's all the proof we need.
That is a very smart thing to do.
So
you guys have everything you would need for evidence against them. It's just a matter of trying to get that audience with her. And I'm sure you guys can. Anything else you guys might need from me?
no, I'm sorry for calling you on such a thing. I should have realized I have cards. I try not to bother. But I was wondering if there was a way to stop these things from talking in the network that they have.
If they're technically in a demiplane or whatnot, it would technically mean that they can't communicate.
I just figured, hey, you might actually have the ability to do that, so that would be the best place. I wasn't even thinking I have the ability to do that.
It's fine. Sometimes we forget about tricks if we've been sitting here and focusing on other skills and tricks.
Plan an entire ambush and enact an entire ambush on my own, and forget the one trick that I have.
Well, you guys have a lovely evening, and watch yourselves. If there's a bunch of these doppelgangers around, it means that there's going to be moves starting.
I'm hardly worried about that, oddly enough. I just don't want that one, he points towards the card, getting the information back that our friends are in a church.
Yes.
I don't remember what I added to the note, by the way, and I don't know if we're going to have to go back and look at the logs.
We might have to. Yeah. So, he does kind of go back into the hole that he climbed out of and closes it up. The earth kind of sealing up with the mark, and it kind of just blows away in the wind.
We have to go.
We have to leave this area immediately, yes.
Yep.
Where do you want to head? I made my choice and dug my own grave currently. I'm curious on what your two choices are. Should we go back to our house and try to avoid sight?
Yeah.
Yeah, under the radar. And I have that hunch. About what time in the day is this currently?
It's probably closer to 3, maybe 4. So you guys would get there before the sun was starting to set.
Alright.
Okay, let me see real fast. I had something I was thinking of, and it's in my abilities, and I don't remember what it was is the issue. Ah, there it is. Disguise. Oh, it is disguise self. I can't use disguise on other people, can I?
You can't use it on other people, but remember, there was a loophole that we did talk about.
Yeah, that would be a point. Does that increase the mana cost or anything?
No.
Fuck yeah.
So technically you could put it into cards and whatnot, but you would have to choose the identity that they assume.
Oh, I'm gonna give Katarina a hug goodbye before she
Yeah, she
does
hugs you
whatever she
back
wants
and
to.
goes back.
I feel like it's not often I get to see you anymore.
Well, you've been very busy, and I've been enjoying some new books.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll see if I can provide you any more.
You guys get to someplace safe.
I like living on the edge.
Yes, I know you do.
All right. I am going to cast Disguise Self on my card. And I am just going to hand one over to Stella without saying anything. And I'm going to look over at Victor and say, what do you want to turn into?
Kind of feel like just maybe an elf that's not me.
Elf, that's not you. Understood.
Like nondescript, like someone we saw in town.
I'm going to turn him into Elf Ryan Reynolds. That was the first thought that came to mind.
Elf Ryan
Nice.
Reynolds.
Hmm.
And I am just handing Stella hers. Stella, what is yours? Is a Chiguar, or did you something else? I forget.
Cheetah.
A cheetah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, he is. Let me see. He's. You know what? I'm going to turn you into an elf. Basically, an elf version of yourself. I think we're all going to turn into elves for this one.
Yeah.
I was going to go cat person, but the thing is cat person is weird in this area. So
Yeah,
we stand out like a sore thumb regardless of what color you are.
that's fair. All right. Elf Annie Oakley, let's go.
There we go. I was going to do something silly and just turn you into like a like Black Panther type of coloration or something. Did not even give you a choice, just here you go.
Great. Yeah.
They all come with different clothing as well. So standard clothing of the location that they're in. We've seen a bunch of people.
I am going to say we've been here on for 3 hours. Did we want to wrap it up here, or did we want to go on another intermission real quick and then continue?
I'm good to continue. I want to give Stimky at least a little bit more roleplay because I feel really bad.
It's all good. I'm actually kind of falling asleep.
Yeah, we can do an intermission.
Yeah.
Well, if
Or
Stimky's falling asleep and everything, we could sit here and call it here, and next session start it back up with you guys having just arrived back at the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. So, we'll find somebody to raid real quick. We'll sign off, and then I'll probably be back in a little while to do some gaming or something. I don't know. I still got to figure that out. Okay, so let's see who we can torment. I mean, raid.
Holy crap, man.
Huh. What are you holy crapping?
You were like,
were doing really good on the hags.
you were on it the whole night, dude.
They are gone. Disappeared out of the very room.
Okay, I think I found someone. They are playing, no, that's a rerun. Never mind. I don't raid into reruns so that my people can still interact with people. Ba-ba-ba. What about you? That was the reruns. Derp. Actually, we haven't raided them in a while. We'll raid those people. Okay, I found our target. We are going to raid Dice Legends. They are a very lovely D&D group out of New Zealand, I want to say. They have a bunch of people that are actors and whatnot. They are just a lovely, wholesome group. And they make a lot of their artwork and everything themselves. You guys have a good night. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. And don't get in any trouble. If you do, give us a call.
Bye.
Later, guys.
Bye.